In his last 2 terms, there is no denying that Mayor David Miller has dedicated his platform to improving public transit. Today we're here at Toronto City Hall to talk with Mayor Miller about Transit City and Mayor-elect Rob Ford.
One of the reasons I got into politics in the first place at the municipal level is because I believe very much in public transit, both intellectually, because if you have a city built around public transit, like all the great cities of the world, New York, Paris, London, you have a city that's livable, that's affordable, and that meets very high environmental standards. Secondly, though, I'm passionate about it for highly personal reasons. I grew up in England before we emigrated to Canada. My grandfather was a railway man. He was the deputy station master of Liverpool Street Station when he retired, and I literally lived with him and my mum in England, and I've always, since my youngest memories, been interested in railways. I mean, it just got handed down. And so I've had that personal interest. I'm probably a bit of a geek on transit. From the perspective of mayor, though, it's the single biggest challenge Toronto faces. And I've really put an emphasis on it because it's about social inclusion. If you take somebody who's now spending 2 or 3 hours on a bus, who probably works a couple of jobs to get food on the table, and you provide them rapid transit by light rail or subway, you've dramatically changed their lives. So it's about social inclusion, giving people a chance. It's about the environment. It's about addressing gridlock. And we know from all of the studies, the OECD and others, that in Toronto there's a huge economic cost to gridlock. And the final point is, if you build rapid transit in a city like Toronto, you encourage development, but you encourage it in the right way. So you get development building along the rapid transit lines instead of development pressure in neighborhoods where there are single-family homes. So you get this wonderful synergy of a city that works and can be built for the future. So that's one of the reasons why I made it a center point of my mayoralty.
If you could just maybe talk a bit about David Miller and his push for public transit.
I think that Miller had a lot of really great ideas in terms of public transit, particularly pertaining to Transit City, and secured a lot of the funding for that. Unfortunately, it wasn't happening as quickly as the public would like, and now Ford's going to try to derail it, but the funding's already been secured, so I don't think that's actually going to happen.
As for David Miller's thoughts on whether his transit vision will see the light of day under a Rob Ford leadership,
I hope as he learns more about transit, because I don't think he has the depth of understanding yet that's needed. I hope he changes that position. Even if he doesn't, I just can't imagine this council cancelling Eglinton. It's predominantly tunneled. The vehicles are paid for. The province is paying for the whole thing. The province is paying for almost all of Shepherd as well. Supposed to pay for Finch. How can you turn down money that's taken 30 years to fight for? The people who waited 30 years to get rapid transit, people who need it the most in this city, how can you say no to that? I don't think this council will. Certainly the councillors along Eglinton will fight tooth and nail. And it happens to go through the Minister of Transport's riding. So I think it's really unlikely that one will get cancelled. And once you've got Shepherd and Eglinton, then you've got the basis for a network.
a new wave of municipal politics is about to hit Canada's largest city, which means Torontonians don't have much more waiting to do to find out whether this splash will be refreshing or chilling. For City Life TV, I'm Madeline Stephenson.